Hello everyone, welcome you all to today's class. So today's class is very special and I will be teaching you in a special way also. So till now we have been studying straight line in space, right? Direction, cosines, direction ratios of a line, and also we have studied some of the forms of equations, means when the line passes through a given point and parallel to a given vector, what is the equation of the line? Similarly, the line passing through 2 points in space. We have studied these things till now, apart from angle between two lines, etc. And here you see, today we are going to study skew line. Before we study the formal definition, I want to show you some interesting thing. Okay, so here you can see. Okay, so you can see this. This is one of the GeoGebra applets. What I want to show you. Okay, now maybe I can just remove this plane. Okay, so are you able to observe two lines? There may be many lines, but we just I want to talk about two lines. Yeah. So one line is like this green colored line. Okay, this one, and yeah, this line, red colored line. Okay, now here you see. So these two lines are given to us, L1 and L2. One of them is L1 and the other one is L2. And here you see, if I just rotate these two lines in various directions, okay, so just observe if they are intersecting at certain points. Just observe this green and red color lines. Okay, so if they are intersecting somewhere, green and red color, see, so they are not intersecting, right? They are not intersecting, and they are also, are they parallel lines? It's seemingly like, see, if you take like this, but they are not intersecting because they are in different planes, see, and they are not also parallel. So let me show you taking the plane also. So this red color line in one plane and the green color line in another plane. So whenever you take this like this, see, they will never intersect and neither they are parallel. Okay, and one more thing you can observe here, there is another line which is perpendicular to both the lines. So are you able to see? Yeah. So the line which is the common perpendicular, which is perpendicular to both the lines. Okay. So we need these three things here. One is red color line, the other one is green color line. Okay, and these three are x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. We are not considering these three. Okay, so I'm talking about the lines in two different planes, right? So such lines which are neither parallel nor intersecting are called skew lines. And obviously skew lines are not in the same plane, because if you take two lines in the same plane, they will either intersect each other, and if they do not intersect each other, they will be parallel to each other. Okay, and also here you see this perpendicular, common perpendicular to both the lines. Okay, so here you see if they are perpendicular to both the lines and in the same plane, in two-dimensional plane, so you can have the lines parallel because 90 degree, 90 degree, right? In both the sides, you can say alternate interior angles, or you can say angles in the same side of the transversal, whatever property you may use. So you may, say, okay, these two lines parallel. But here, the lines are not parallel. You can see. So they are not even parallel. Okay, so the lines which are neither parallel nor intersecting are called skew lines. So this is the new concept for us. And also this is possible if they do not lie in the same plane. Okay, so skew lines are not on the same plane. It means skew lines are non-coplanar. Okay, they do not lie on the same plane. Is it clear? So now skew line you can visualize whenever we study, you will study skew line. So you can visualize how they look like. Okay, one more. Yeah, here also I can show you. See, two lines. Okay, so they are neither parallel nor intersecting. They will never intersect. Okay, so it means such lines which are neither parallel nor intersecting can exist, right? And we call such lines as skew lines. Okay, now let's go to the formal definition. Okay, so skew lines, to define that, as you have seen in GeoGebra applets, two lines in space are called skew lines if they are neither parallel nor intersecting. Okay, now we are convinced there are such lines which can neither be parallel nor be intersecting. Okay, so this is the first time we studied this thing. Okay, and we could see that also. The skew lines do not lie on the same plane. It is obvious, right? Because in the same plane, if I draw two lines, if I draw like this, they are parallel or they are intersecting. There is no third choice here, right? If I take like this, they will intersect at certain point. Okay, but because the lines are not in the same plane, so this case is possible. So it means now we are also convinced skew lines are not in the on the same plane. Okay, so today's topic is what are skew lines, how to visualize it, and secondly, shortest distance between two skew lines. Now here, look at the image. Let L1 and L2 be two skew lines. So L1 passes through the point whose position vector is A1 vector. L2 passes through the point B whose position vector is A2 vector. L1 parallel to B1 vector, L2 parallel to B2 vector. It means equation of L1 is R vector equal to A1 vector plus lambda B1 vector, and L2 equation of L2 is R vector equal to A2 plus mu B2. Okay, we are familiar with such equations. Okay, and AB, I mean position vector of A is A1, position vector of B is A2. So it means what we can see here, the vector joining A and B. So AB vector will be what? A2 minus A1, position vector of B minus position vector of A. Okay, now look at, focus on the image only. So here in this image, CD, as we have seen in the GeoGebra applet also, this is perpendicular to this. Okay, now this is the common perpendicular. Now L1, L2, these two skew lines, then the common perpendicular to both the lines is called the line of shortest distance. It means in this image, CD is the line of shortest distance. So the length of the shortest distance intercepted between the skew lines is called the shortest distance between two lines. It means length of CD. Okay, if we take CD as a vector also, magnitude of CD. Yeah, the length of the line segment CD, which is perpendicular to both L1 and L2, can be taken as the shortest distance between two lines. Okay, now here taking CD as a vector, so you can see CD is perpendicular to L1 and L1 parallel to B1 vector. So CD parallel to Yeah, sorry, CD parallel to what? B1 cross B2. Because CD perpendicular to B1, CD perpendicular to B2 vector. It means CD will be parallel to B1 cross B2. As we know, B1 cross B2 perpendicular to both B1 and B2. Clear? It means magnitude of CD, that which we need, and direction of CD will be along B1 cross B2 because CD parallel to B1 cross B2. It means we can say CD vector will be what? CD vector will be magnitude of CD, yes. And for direction we can take unit vector along B1 cross B2. So it means we can write here, yeah, CD vector is, yeah, you can take CD unit vector along CD whatever. So CD vector is what? This is magnitude of CD into unit vector along B1 cross B2. It means B1 cross B2 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. Is it clear up to this? Okay. Now let me take you. We have studied projection of A vector on B vector. We have studied it as A dot B divided by magnitude of B. It means we can write A vector into B cap, right? Because B vector by magnitude of B is B cap. Okay, so the projection of A on B can also be written as A vector into B cap. I mean unit vector along B. So here from the image what you can see, CD is the projection of AB vector on CD vector. So it means CD, the projection length of the, I mean, you can say projection, magnitude of the projection vector. So CD equal to what? Just like here, AB on CD. So it means AB vector multiplied by what? Unit vector along. Here it is projection of A on B is A vector into unit vector along B. So CD projection is, CD is the projection of AB on CD vector. So this projection will be what? Yeah. So this projection should be AB vector into unit vector along CD. The unit vector along CD will be unit vector along B1 cross B2. Okay. So we can write here B1 cross B2 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. It means AB vector as we have taken A2 minus A1, just let me write it here. So this is basically A2 vector minus A1 vector dot B1 cross B2 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. Okay, so this is the formula for getting, I mean the shortest distance between two skew lines. So it means, so finally what you need to conclude here, yeah, for question purpose, what you need to take, yeah, so if you are given, yeah, line L1 is R vector equal to A1 plus lambda B1, another line L2 is R equal to A2 plus mu B2. Then shortest distance between L1 and L2 is given by Yeah, so I'm writing it here. So it's given by SD for shortest distance, that is A2 minus A1 dot B1 cross B2 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. Okay, magnitude of the whole thing, because distance cannot be negative. So what you need to do here, the steps of solution, steps. Okay, first step is identify identify A1 vector, A2 vector, B1 vector, B2 vector. Okay, then second step is find A2 minus A1 and B1 cross B2. Okay, and step 3 is take the shortest distance A2 minus A1 dot B1 cross B2 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. Okay, so these are the steps involved to find shortest distance between two skew lines. Okay, so now here you see, so whenever we are given the lines in the question, so how to know these are skew lines? Now we will not be able to know because we won't be given the diagram. Okay, in the exam when we are given the questions, the two lines, only two lines in the form of r equal to a plus lambda b format. It may be given like this. So you may see, you have to see if the lines are, if the lines are in the same plane, so then they may intersect each other or they may be parallel also. So in general, you will be getting the questions like this. Suppose for example, you are given r equal to a1 plus lambda b1 and r equal to a2 plus mu b2. So whenever we see the question like this, very difficult to identify whether they are skew lines or not unless it is written in the question. Okay, so these are the cases you may get. If two lines in space are parallel, then shortest distance between them will be perpendicular distance. If the lines are like this, okay, they may be in the same plane. That's why they are parallel or they are intersecting. Okay, and here you see, so this is the distance between them. I'll tell you the formula also. So in space, there are lines. Yeah, if two lines in space intersect at a point, if the lines intersect at a point, then the shortest distance between them is 0. Shortest distance between two intersecting lines will be 0. Okay. In space, there are lines which are neither intersecting nor parallel. Such a pair of lines are non-coplanar and are called skew lines. And we just studied shortest distance between two skew lines, how to find it and how they look like also. Okay, now this one I will tell you before I go to the take the questions. Okay, if the lines are parallel, so in case the lines are parallel, they may be in the same plane also, right? Because if they are non-coplanar, if they're non-skew lines, right? The skew lines are not parallel to each other. Okay, if the lines are parallel, if the lines are parallel lines, if the lines are parallel lines. Okay, so here you can see, yeah. So I may be taking like this. these are two parallel lines. Okay, this is the line of shortest distance. So I may take this line as r equal to a1 plus lambda b. Okay, and this one I can take r equal to a2 plus mu b. Okay, because these, if the lines are parallel, so they are in the direction of the same vector. Okay, so that's why I've taken here lambda b and mu b. Now how to find it out? Okay, so if you take the line passes through this point, for example, yes, we can take here. Okay, so it may be like you can take vector A and maybe here A. Okay, now this one. Okay, so now you see, so if I take here B for example, and angle between these two is theta. So I may take here it is P. Okay, we want this one, AP, right? This is a right triangle, ABP. Okay, in this case, so if we take the cross product, because this line is parallel to this. Now this one is perpendicular to B vector. Okay. Now if I take the cross product of these two vectors, yeah, AB vector cross B vector. And why am I taking this? So AB, so let me tell you. So AB vector is this, yes, and B vector, so angle between them is theta, because B vector is in the direction of these two, L1 and L2. Okay, so that is equal to magnitude of AB into magnitude of B into sine theta into n cap, right? Okay, now here you see what is sine theta here. Yeah, so B vector will be as it is. Let's write B vector. So if I take the magnitude here, okay, AB cross B magnitude, it would be magnitude of AB into magnitude of B into sine theta, right? Okay, now this is what? A2 minus A1 cross B, magnitude of this. So this is equal to what? A2 minus, so I can write here, okay, let me just keep it here, B vector, let me take B vector here, it will be comfortable to take like this, yeah. So let me write here B vector magnitude. Now what about AB sine theta? I'm just writing. In triangle ABP, that is equal to sine theta equal to what? Sine theta equal to, yeah. So AP by AB. It means AP equal to what? It is magnitude of AB sine theta. So here we are getting the answer. Okay, yeah. So it means magnitude of AB into sine theta, that is your AP. Okay. So it means your length of AP, line segment, you may or may not take vector here. So because not necessary to take vector, we are interested in only line segment. Okay, so AP line segment equal to what? A2 minus A1 cross B magnitude of this divided by magnitude of B. Okay, and this is always positive because distance cannot be negative. Okay, so it means distance between, you can conclude here, distance between two parallel lines are equal to A1 plus lambda B vector and are equal to A2 plus mu B. Okay, is, you can write here B cross A2 minus A1, okay, divided by magnitude of B vector. Okay, we take the magnitude. So that's why whether you take A2 minus A1 cross B or B cross A2 minus A1 doesn't matter. Okay, because ultimately we are taking the modular sign. So either you, get A cross B or B cross A, the magnitude will be same. Okay, so these are the two concepts that we covered: distance between two skew lines, distance between two parallel lines, and if the lines are intersecting, then their distance between the two lines will be 0. Okay, so maybe we'll take some questions now before we wind up the class. Okay, find the shortest distance between, find the shortest distance between the lines are equal to I plus 2j, I plus 2j plus k plus lambda times I minus j plus k, I minus j plus k. The other line is R equal to 2i minus j, 2i minus j minus k plus mu into 2i plus j plus 2k, 2i plus j plus 2k. Okay, these are two lines we are given. So both the lines are in the form of R equal to A plus lambda B. So first step, what I have told you earlier, like we have to identify. Okay, so let us identify A1 B1 and A2 B2. Yeah, it is A1 equal to I plus 2j plus k. A2 vector is 2i minus j minus k. Now B1 vector is I minus j plus k. B2 vector is 2i plus j plus 2k. Okay, step 1 is over. Step 2 is A2 minus A1. Yes, 2i minus I cap minus j minus 2j minus 3j, then minus k minus 2k. So we have A1, A2, B1, B2 vector. So step 1 is over. Step 2, A2 minus A1, that is I minus 3j minus 2k. Okay. Okay, next we will take B1 cross B2. B1 cross B2, that is equal to I j k. 1 minus 1, 1. You know how to find it. 2, 1, 2. Okay, so B1 cross B2. So find the vector, yeah, cross product. So this is equal to 3i. Yeah, you are getting here minus 3i plus 3k. Okay, this is B1 cross B2. So here you can find, yeah. So the last step, the third step is find SD. Surface distance is A2 minus A1 dot B1 cross B2 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. Okay, we take magnitude of the thing. So now 1 into minus 3, minus 3, minus 3 into 0, 0, minus 2 into 3, minus 6, divided by under root 9 plus 9. Okay, so we are getting what? We are getting here minus 9. Here it is 2 into 9, right? So it means you can write here like this. Okay. So it means you are getting here, yes, 3 root 2. Okay. It means 9 by 3 root 2 units. Okay. So this is the way you can find shortest distance between two skew lines. Okay. And similarly, in case the lines are parallel, you can find, but how to identify the lines are parallel. Okay. So just maybe, so to identify the lines are parallel, what you need to see. Yeah, so you may have the line like this are equal to A1, for example, it may be like this. Suppose I plus j minus k plus lambda times 3i minus j plus k. Okay, another line may be like this, r equal to, it may be like 2i plus j plus 5k. Okay, plus mu into, it may be like this also, 6i minus 2j plus 2k. Okay, now here you can see B1 and B2. Okay, these two should be parallel vectors. Yeah, these two should be coincident collinear vectors. Okay, so it means if you see like 3 by 6 minus 1 by minus 2, 1 by 2. So the direction ratio, they are proportional. So it shows these two lines are parallel lines. Okay, so what you need to do here, r vector r, I mean this line is fine. Second line you can write this one as 2i plus j plus 5k. So if I write here, taking 2 common, so 2 mu, it means again it is a constant. So no worry, 3i minus j plus k. Okay, so in that case you can have a1 vector is I plus j minus k, a2 vector is 2i plus j plus 5k. Okay, your b vector would be what? 3i minus j plus k. Okay, so then you can apply distance between parallel lines. You can take b vector cross a2 minus a1 divided by magnitude of b. Okay, whole ka magnitude. Yeah, I hope you can do it. Okay, so let's wind up the class today, and I hope you enjoyed the class. You could visualize skew lines, and how skew lines are neither parallel nor intersecting, and they are not coplanar also. Okay, so let's see each other in the next class. And in case you like the video, you can, don't hesitate to press the like button. Okay, so thank you so much. And again, I will welcome you the next class with some good questions from line in space topic. Thank you so much.